Today's episode is brought to you by the best store in the universe. Thousands of shirts, but not really. Shop now and support the show at MaddoxRules.com. Welcome to the best debate in the universe. Every debate in the universe, from Gordian knots to Instagram thoughts. With over 4.5 million downloads, I'm your host, Maddox. With me is the Rear Admiral of Tangents, Ron Babcock.
Thank you, Maddox.
And special guest moderator, Bradley Laborman.
What's up, Maddox?
Welcome back to the show. Guys, we got a big debate this week. We got a special one because we're going to be talking about wishes. If you had a genie lamp and you rubbed that lamp, you got 3 wishes. People a lot of times make dipshit, corny wishes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're debating this week, which is what's the most dipshit and corniest wish. And we have our returning guest, Bradley Laborman. Bradley, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. And if you guys don't recall, if you didn't listen to the first episode that Bradley was on, he is the star of Rideshare, the horror movie by Tremaine Hayhoe, which has been getting some press lately.
Yes, it has.
Is the ending like the ride ends and it's like, it cost you $210?
That's a real fucking horror movie.
Is that the horror movie?
Yeah, that's the horror part of it.
Nah, that's crazy.
You were in a surge area when I picked you up.
I've been in some real just stank lifts lately. I don't know what it is.
Oh my God, it's weird. Yeah, I feel like Lyft really, I literally went to park the other day and there was like an old 1950 something or other, and there was a Uber sticker in the back window. And I was like,
1950s car?
Yeah, and I was like, is somebody really Ubering around in this 1950s
I thought you had
it had
could only be 10 years old.
I know, that's what I thought.
See, I don't know if I like this whole anybody can drive model, because I've had the worst drivers I have ever been with are without a doubt Uber and Lyft drivers. I've had some people, best drivers I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
People who knew
right.
how to fucking drive. And I've had other people where I'm like, is this your first time doing this? I once told an Uber driver to slow down.
Really?
I was on the way to an airport and I go, I'm not late. Please slow down. You're making me nervous.
Oh.
It was so aggressively fast.
My friend had somebody pick him up in a convertible type thing, and the guy was speeding in and out of stuff, and he ended up getting clipped by a semi.
I have a theory. If your Uber driver or Lyft driver is a 4.7 or less, 4.7 is the magic number of shittiness. Because I got one that was 4.7 one time. I turned to my friend, I'm like, wow, I'm going to have a real shitty driver. And she's like, what do you mean? That's pretty high. I'm like, no, 4.7, for some reason, that's when things start to go to shit. Yeah. So this guy sees me across the street. He just pulls over and parks his car and then gets out of the car and starts smoking. And so I'm like, oh, maybe he thinks I'm the asshole and I'm going to take a while. So I run across the street. I'm like, hey, I'm here. He goes, oh, cool. Do you mind if I finish this cigarette? I'm like, I guess not. So he smokes the whole thing, gets in the car, and he goes, oh, shit. He looks at his thing, and there was another pickup that he'd neglected. And then he accidentally hit confirm, so he picked her up. But then she's 2 miles away, and he's like, well, it doesn't show me your address anymore. I don't know where you're at. And he's on the phone with her, and she's trying to navigate him to her location.
Oh, God.
And, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, listen, man, I'll just put it in my GPS so we can go pick up this other passenger. And normally you just fucking cancel it, and neither one wanted to cancel it. He's like, no, I'm going to pick her up. I'm not a buddy fucker. I'm like, okay. He goes, yeah, I was in the military. I was in the Navy, and I'm not a buddy. That's what the one thing they teach you is not to be a buddy fucker. I'm like, okay.
What's a buddy
fucker? What the hell's a buddy fucker?
Yeah, it's someone who fucks your buddies. Oh, you fuck them over. He's a buddy fucker.
Isn't his buddy?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not a buddy fucker, so I got to pick her up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Everybody just got to live by code.
Because clearly she's the priority, 2 miles away, not the passengers in your car who waited for you to finish a cigarette. But anyway, so then he started feeling really nervous because we were all really impatient with his shitty driving and just bumbling through this fucking drive.
Oh.
And he started running stop signs. And he's like, it's okay, I'll get you there quick. You know what? I'm going to turn off the meter. I'm like, it's not charging me by the minute, idiot. It's like a flat fee.
Taylor in the chat room just had a good point. This podcast, let's make sure we get right into the debate.
Well, let's do it.
Has a good point, Taylor. Has a good point.
Let's do it. Let's talk about the debate. But before we do, I'm going to say that at the tail end of the show, we've got some voicemail. We're going to skip the quick news headlines this week because we got a ton of voicemails. We got a shit ton about the last few debate topics. And we've got a Babcock tip.
Ooh, got a good Babcock tip.
And we've got a recap of last episode's debate. But the debate this week is, what's the corniest dipshit wish? That's the debate this week. But before we begin, I want to play everyone's buzzer. Here's what mine sounds like. Bradley? Triggered. And Ron. There it is. If you hear that buzzer from anyone during this debate, that means someone is disagreeing with someone else or we're just chiming in with an interjection. But Ron, I'm going to throw it to you this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you've gone first in a long time.
No, I haven't gone first in a long time.
Ron, what is the corniest dipshit wish?
Well, first of all, I'm excited that we're doing this debate because I know your favorite movie, Aladdin, is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing it in honor of that.
Sure.
I know Maddox is a big Will Smith fan. Worst wish that I ever see anybody wish for is obviously immortality.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong.
Nope, I agree.
No, absolutely. It's the worst fucking wish. The idea of it's such a basic bitch dream. Like, I want to live forever. If you can live forever, if there's no stakes to your life, if you can live forever, there's no repercussions that you can have. So nothing matters.
Wait. Well, what's wrong, buzzer? Anyways, are we talking Death Becomes Her rules or are we talking Highlander rules?
I don't know either one. So what?
All right, Death Becomes Her rules are if you break your leg or whatever, then, or if you die, then your heart stops beating and you're dead, but you're still alive. Like, and then you have to constantly upkeep your body to keep it from decaying and all that other stuff. But you're still alive. That's Death Becomes Her rules. How do you not know Death Becomes Her?
It's an old movie. But what's Highlander?
Okay. A Highlander is basically as long as your head doesn't get cut off, you just live forever.
See, I was going more Highlander style.
Okay.
So, but let's say for the sake of argument, infinite, right? You're in it. I would fucking love that shit. Are you kidding me? People are always like,
fucking dumb. You get so tired.
Absolutely not. There's so many books I want to read. There's so many things I want to learn. There's so many places I want to go.
You would do. What happens when you do all of it?
Then you fucking go to another planet.
Finite number
Have you ever
of places
fucking noticed
to go
you know how big the fucking galaxy is, the universe? You put me in a fucking cocoon, knock me the fuck out, and I'll wake up in a fucking 100 years in another fucking galaxy. I don't give a shit. I cannot wait. And everyone's like, oh, your friends will die. I'm like, yeah, all my friends gonna die.
No. It's not even that, dude. It's this.
I'll make new friends.
When you are a kid, time goes slower, and as you start to get older, you'll notice time starts to go faster and faster.
Yes, because you develop that context of information.
If you live forever, at some point it starts to go. Centuries just start to blow by like nothing.
Yeah.
Because you're just losing all concept of time.
I would be like a fucking vampire, but not lame. Like the thing with like vampire immortality is like, oh, I come out at night, ooh, and then they're like just creepy and they like, dance to techno and like creep on goth.
Yeah, they're just basically Euro trash.
Yeah, basically. They're just fangs away from being vampires.
But I'm still attracted to goth girls. So
really?
It's like, yeah, it's a weird thing. It's
right.
So I never had a thing necessarily for goth girls, but my first girlfriend was goth. Like she was goth and Wiccan, and yeah,
of course she was.
I know, and I was like, because I used to shit on goth girls so much, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it took one cute girl wearing a choker, and then you're like, I'm in. Hey, what's your name?
Look, right shadow.
Yeah, we really hit it off. We met at a symphony, but she was super into me.
Your life?
I don't know. I know. It's yeah. She's like, yeah, anyway.
You mean you really don't think yet you would get tired of being alive forever?
No. What? And you know what? I just realized this, Ron. There's a Stoic philosophy that is to always remember you're going to die. Think about your death because that will supposedly motivate you to do shit, right?
Yeah, because it makes you think like, since nothing matters, and you should do what you want.
And also, time is finite, so you should do what you need to do now.
Okay, but back to Highlander / Wolverine rules, because same rules.
Got it.
With that immortality, you die and just come back to life. Like whatever. So like if you went underwater, you would just keep constantly drowning to death. Or if you got stuck in a cave, you would just constantly keep starving to death and coming back to life.
That's so like shit, Bradley. I don't like that.
What? All right, but listen, you go immortal, and then the planet blows up. Where are you going? You're floating around in space and just constantly dying in a vacuum.
Wow, that sounds horrible. Who cares? I'll just, you know what? I could. You
don't
think I have enough shit going on in my mind, Bradley? I don't have enough shit to think about to keep me occupied. I could I would cross my arms across my chest and just like go into cocoon mode.
You keep saying cocoon mode.
Yeah, cocoon mode.
Here's the only cool thing about being immortal is you could truly become a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter because everyone's going to die. You just would be the guy at the party who, you would get so angry at people and be like, you know what? You're going to die someday and I'm not. That's what you would do. You just constantly become this unhinged guy.
It also becomes this
and
weird...
you would never be right because they would all die. So like no one would ever get to see you be right. So you would actually be driven mad.
I don't think so because I would know, like just knowing is enough for me. But also the other thing, the other thing is, Ron, you could be the biggest fucking hero in a bar, stand up to everyone because nothing's gonna happen to you, or the biggest villain. I would try both. And then I also have this theory. I think I mentioned this a while back, where like you have like those really really hot like guy friends or it's mostly like guy friends I have this theory about, but they're like really just like attractive dudes and they have sex a lot, and at some point they get bored of it and they start going into freaky shit. They start experimenting, they start being weird. At some point I think if you're immortal you got to be bisexual. Like you just gotta, at some point you gotta experiment everything. You're gonna be bored with just normal sex.
Yeah.
Right, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have all the devices. You're gonna have hooks in your
and you're
junk.
Essentially always going to be a cradle robber your entire life because everybody's going to be way younger than you.
That's true. You're gonna be in your hundreds, 200s.
You're basically gonna. Your point is that you're going to get in the freakiest shit you could possibly imagine.
You're going to be able to go.
At some point, you're going to get bored of just conventional, pleasure.
So I'm definitely having gay sex as a as an immortal.
No, but I'm imagining like I would just sit in a library and read.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely get like one of those like long, like a huge overcoat with like a huge. What's the part around your neck on a
cloak?
No, the collar. Is it called a collar on a like a trench coat?
Oh, the collar?
The collar, yeah. I'd have a huge collar like Alucard from Castlevania, right? So I would look like a vampire, of course. I would learn how to play a harpsichord, even though I don't like it, but I would learn how to do it. Just to be, a little extra creepy. Now, Ron, when you said creepy, you also mean like what? Lotion, smells, weird languages, weird beliefs, and things like that.
Absolutely. Like you wear an ankh as a necklace, that kind of thing.
I already got my pickup line.
What's that?
Meet a girl in a bar. You say, "Hey, have you ever had anything 1,000-year-olds and 1,000-years old inside you?"
Oh my god.
Oh god.
We got a super chat from Pavich Babbitt says Immortal Maddox becomes a trap. True.
Yeah.
We got Super Arrogant Bros says imagine immortality with unlimited waffles. Oh man, the worst. If I had to eat waffles, if that was the trade-off, I would seriously reconsider.
You like cottage cheese. It's the weirdest fucking thing. You like,
don't like it's
you
fine.
fucking cross the line of waffles, but then you eat cottage cheese like a fucking weird homeless person.
I'm not a weird homeless. Yeah, what's wrong with cottage cheese, Ron?
Don't fucking, you guys are so fucking
Ron,
weird.
I got a comment.
These are creepy immortals hanging out in nurseries eating cottage cheese, asking like,
I'm
which
sorry
one's
I
gonna
ended
be
up
hot?
with us hanging out in the nursery. I'm sorry about that.
I got a comment from a fan. He sent it to me. This is a message he sent on Facebook from Chris. He says, "Hi Maddox, I just listened to the most recent episode of the best debate in the universe today while I was at work, and considering the episode was about breakfast food, I realized I had to share something while they were picking on you for liking cottage cheese. Ron, this is a breakfast pro tip. Ron, I think you might actually like this. Ron says you want to make the fluffiest, fullest, tastiest scrambled eggs you've ever had. Mix in some cottage cheese. It's amazing."
I think that's a great idea.
yeah,
Actually, put cottage cheese with something else to drown out the taste of cottage cheese.
No, you don't. It's not drowning out. It's improving. It says He says, anyways, I just wanted to share that tip. Fuck those guys for not recognizing the wonders of cottage cheese. Thanks for the years of entertainment, especially the podcast. Podcasts make my long days go by quicker.
Yeah, you don't need to read all the parts where they're sucking your dick.
I like that. Those are my favorite parts.
Immortality, that's my choice.
Okay, immortality. I can't believe you don't want to live forever. That's bullshit.
I would hate it.
I think it's gonna be boring after a while. So, but it's I'm sorry.
No, nothing is boring. If you complain about being bored, you're boring.
So because we're agreeing that that's the worst choice, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Then I agree it's the worst choice. That's what I'm saying.
That's some bullshit ass. Okay, you know what? You know what's worse than that? You know what's worse than that? Fucking world peace. That's like being in a coma. How about that for my
World
wish?
peace.
Peace.
Is
Yeah,
your fucking choice.
that's a terrible.
The one choice where you're not asking for something for you. You're not asking for like never-ending money or a million wishes. You're asking for the one thing that brings joy to other people.
It's not joy. I don't think that world peace brings
Yeah,
joy.
it is.
How is it not joy?
Have you ever been to Finland or have you been to Sweden?
No.
Okay. As close as it gets to
Tell
world
me
peace.
tell me about the fucking hellfire that is Sweden.
I'll tell you.
And it's socialized healthcare.
Okay. There's no porn. People are super, super bored because there's no crime there ever. They like once in a blue moon, once every like 5 years or so, they'll have a homicide in Sweden. It's like the big fucking scandal of the country. Oh my god, oh, like however they talk. Oh, shindy more, the Swedes and they, yeah, oh, we got a murder,
Like the Swedish chef from
like the Swedish chef, yeah, and they're like
Eating a bunch of meatballs.
Got a homicide, and that's like their
It's
big
a fucking Irishman.
I don't know. But that's their big fucking scandal that happens once a year or once every like 5 years. There's nothing going on. It's so safe. I saw a woman leave her baby out in a carriage in front of a coffee shop, and I was sitting there like tying my shoes, and she like looked at me from inside the shop, like in the window, looking at me to see if I was gonna do anything to her baby. And I realized like there's a fucking baby next to me. You're inside getting coffee with your baby in a carriage outside.
Wait, what kind of coffee shop doesn't allow a baby to come inside?
She
Like,
just
I don't understand the Swedish coffee shops where there's a sign there that says like no shirt, no shoes, no baby.
I can see like
Kind of coffee shops I go to.
I can see the no stroller thing, but I mean, was it in a stroller at least? It wasn't like tied to the penthouse.
you
Well,
know-
first of all, the stroller was huge because they have huge fucking strollers.
Right, right.
Everyone has a huge. It's like they're fucking.
Is it really big strollers?
They're big strollers.
They got like snow tires on the strollers.
Strollheimans.
Stroller culture, man.
You know, what'd be funny? It's all of a sudden you just start pissing on that baby. That'll teach
Right
her.
when she's already ordered coffee and she's waiting for it, and she's like, "Oh, I can't go out." Oh,
So she was looking at you like thinking you were going to steal the baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I look the way I look, real handsome.
I was going to go Armenian.
You know what, Ron? Or I'm taking that as a compliment.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
it could go
Yeah.
either way.
We got a bunch of chats in the chat room and some super chats. We got one from Pie Sniper for $1. Thank you, Pie Sniper. We got some comments. Super Arrogant Bros. Drake says no porn in Sweden. Yeah, I went to every. So that's the thing. I go to.
What does that mean? No porn in Sweden? They have the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Wow. Everyone has
You
the
know
internet.
where porn lives.
Yeah. Well, you go to a fucking convenience store. You're gonna.
Who the fuck buys
yeah,
their
I don't.
porn at
Yeah,
a convenience
that's
store?
where I
What
was
fucking
right.
Sailors?
weirdo?
Yeah.
What do you think sailors are gonna crank to out at sea, Ron? They don't have internet.
All right. I
That's
mean, that's kind of a good point, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Fucking sailors. Sailors are the truck drivers of Sweden because they don't have trucks. Stan says. What if an alligator eats me, but I have to live through the digestion? I mean,
Yeah, that's
again,
it.
what an experience. What a cool experience.
That's Wolverine rules.
Are you kidding me? That'd be so cool.
I mean, Tim Condren has a good point. Socrates was never afraid of death because nobody knows whether or not dying brings the greatest pleasure in the afterlife.
Oh,
but
you're just gonna come when you die, idiot?
the afterlife is probably bullshit. I think the thing I think is out there is just nothing. It's absolute nothing. I think Game of Thrones had it right. Jon Snow died. What was there? Nothing. That's
super depressing and not.
Wow,
did
that
you say
was
that's
kind
tight.
of that
That's
was
not
kind of a
tight.
bummer.
It's not tight, but that's fucking like. What do you think? There's a fucking afterlife where you get to hang out with your friends and family the whole time.
Well, I don't know. No one knows. That's the thing.
No one knows, but come on, man. The infrastructure of that alone to set up would be ridiculous.
The infrastructure. Please, we're probably just like one big collapsed.
So
atom.
so we have like what 70 to 90 years, and then all of a sudden we live in eternity. Like that's so fucking weird.
Cool. I
That
wanna
70
live
to 90
forever.
years determines our eternity. Like that doesn't seem like a fucking. It seems so
Okay.
weird.
Let me paint a world for you, Ron. Okay, let me paint a world for you. You wake up. You don't have any conflict. You don't. There's first of all, news wouldn't exist. There's no news because old news is good news. There's nothing going on in the world.
Yeah, they can't even make stuff up.
It's not even necessarily good news because good, the differential between something that's good and just okay would then cause conflict because people would strive
Are
for that
you
goodness.
trying to tell me that a world without conflict?
A world
No,
with peace is a world where everybody's the same. Because there's nothing you can fight about.
No, there is.
Nope.
No.
Everybody's compared. Everybody's exactly the same. Because the moment you say to somebody like, "Oh, I've got more money than you," or whatever, then that their status.
No, a world
You
at
flop
peace
that.
is a world that chooses not to engage in conflict. You can be different, and you could just choose not to want to murder somebody because they're different.
It's not a choice if it's wished. It's just world peace is. Hey, if you wish for world peace from a genie, that's it, man. You got world peace. You're fucked.
And everybody's zombies.
Yeah.
How are we fucking fucked?
Okay.
Oh, because you mean the genie grants the wish, but it never turns out the way you wanted it to. Kind of.
No, not that. Not
It's like
Twilight
I want to
Zone.
be the
Twilight Zone.
It's like when
genie.
you. I want to be the smartest man in the world, and then all of a sudden, everyone around you is just super, super fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not
that
like
what you're
that.
saying?
We're not playing Twilight Zone rules, but if you have world peace,
By the way, biggest fucking I hate the Twilight Zone rules of genies. You know, it's like or leprechauns.
Yeah.
like they're shifty little bastards.
They are.
Either do what you're gonna do or don't fucking do it. But don't give me these old Twilight Zone rules where I gotta go be like, hey, I want to be rich, but I want to be with actual money.
Yeah.
And I hate this shit. I hate when they like give you the wish. And I fucking hate that shit. Leprechauns, don't trust them.
oh, you want to be able to tell the future. You can only tell when people die. Ooh.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Rick and Morty Devil Guy too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, oh, you want this piano that
I don't get that reference.
makes great music.
All right,
Oh,
Bradley, what's your corny cheeseball dipshit wish?
A million wishes.
A million wishes. That's
Yeah.
okay, that's a fucking awesome wish. Why would you not want a million wishes?
Because it's stupid. It's
You know what?
it's
I changed my I want to change my wish to make sure Bradley gets no wishes. That's what I would do. Yeah.
No.
Cancel out Bradley's wishes.
It is like, I want a million wishes.
And most every time a genie's like, nope, doesn't work that way, or leprechaun's like, nope, doesn't work that way, and we're confirming these wishes are coming from genies. Right?
I think that would be the one thing that would actually drive you to kill yourself is if you got a million wishes. Because if you have no conflict in your life, if everything comes to you easy, I think if you have no problems in your life, you will become so bored. Because it is through solving problems that we achieve happiness.
Yeah, but if you can constantly wish it away, then
Ron, how about this? Okay, I accidentally wished for everything I want. I no longer have conflict in my life. I accidentally wished for world peace. But if you got a million wishes, just be like, hey, can I get some satisfying conflicts in my life? And the genie would be like, yeah, sure, here you go, man. Solve this puzzle.
or
You'd be so happy.
You
Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Or constantly have to worry about wording things the right way because you have a million wishes. So anything you say, going back to Twilight Zone rules, like the genie can take whatever you say as a context of a wish if you word it that way. So then you run to the point where you're like, oh my God, I wish this person would just shut up, and then they just lose their mouth or whatever.
See, I wish we could have a wish where you get a wish, but it's for some like kind of mundane thing, like some practical thing. Like my wish would be that I never have to pay for hot wings. That would be a fucking tight wish.
So what do you want, like $6 per day?
No. Anytime I order hot wings, people be like, you know what, this one's on us.
I got it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I wouldn't do it all the time because I'd probably get sick of hot wings. But then
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm going to get hot wings. And it was just for me. I don't get to share with anybody else. It is just for me.
Oh, see, mine would be the one that I would want would be, I wish I never have to stand in line and I can always take one person with me.
Oh, wow. So like you're like at an amusement park.
So you get a
Like
plus
no
one.
matter where you're at, you can always like be at the front of the line.
Oh my God, you could just go to Splash Mountain and be like, and guess what? Lottery, your lucky day, you're coming with me.
Right.
Bradley, that is such a lame. You know, I'm changing
Are
my
you?
answer. My answer is now.
Why do you
Bradley's
hate all my
wish-
wishes?
Why
That's
do you
a
fucking
shit-
love
why?
lines?
No, I don't
I'm
love
always
lines.
I'm in all
That's
the clubs where I
the
want to be.
fucking
I'm in.
dumbest. Okay, Bradley, if you have infinite wishes, if you have the ability to wish, why wouldn't you just wish your own fucking private roller coaster? How about that for no lines?
Because he has friends he wants
Because
to
that would get-
experience it with.
That would
Yeah.
get boring after a while.
No, it wouldn't. Have you
Yes.
ever been to Neverland? Neverland sounded awesome.
Have you ever?
I still haven't seen the documentary, by the way. I don't know.
Oh
why
well,
I
there's a lot of like twists and
I
turns
watched like
that
my
you got to
girlfriend.
dodge.
My girlfriend was watching it, and I watched 20 minutes, and I was like, "Yeah, no, piece of shit, got it." It's so uncomfortable.
Really?
It is so fucking uncomfortable.
Super arrogant bros in the chat room says, I have this power where I can see the future, but it's only when it involves someone having an orgasm. It's heaven and hell at the same time. I mean, yeah, man, I get it. You know, if you don't pull out, you know that future. We got a super chat for Pavich Bavin says for $2 says, I would wish for a world with no more genies. That's some bullshit, Pavich. You ruined the fucking show. I'm gonna throw it to the chat forums though. If you guys have any wishes that you think are corny dipshit wishes,
Okay, so mine's immortality.
You know what? Mine that
Yours
I would
is a
actually
million
wish
wishes.
for is I would wish that Maddox liked my wishes.
Oh, that's some bullshit, Bradley.
No, because if I did that, then you'd have to like it.
Mine would be from Maddox. I wish Maddox would shut the fuck up.
You know what? That's some bullshit too.
Dude, that would bring me so much fucking joy. It's just to have him not be able to talk.
Yeah, like right now, after the way you've been abusing me, I just want to go out and find a 4-leaf clover or something.
Oh my god, I would only have
I wish I'm
going to
come
on the show.
Every birthday show, every birthday, I'm just going to blow out the candles and be like, I wish. It's going to be anti-Maddox wishes from now on. Take that.
Wow. Wow. Great. Join my parents.
Oh.
I just saw a tweet the other day where some guy was talking about how basically that if you protest something a lot, like thou doth protest too much, you're usually that thing that you're protesting.
Okay.
Like if you're constantly bashing gays, you're like, that was one I added. I'm like, yeah, most of the people I know in my life who've been very homophobic.
So I'm a genie?
They're very homophobic. They're usually closeted gay.
Does that mean you're a vegetarian?
Yeah, so I was like thinking about myself. I'm like, what am I so loudly protesting all the time? It's usually vegetarian shit. So I'm like, am I secretly a vegetarian? Like I had to think
I've
about
seen you eat wings, and the answer is a definitive no.
That's right. Yeah. Hero.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I am a hero.
You eat like I wish your hand was made out of napkins. Like it's just
that'd be kind of messy.
It's like, yeah, you got it all, man. You got it all.
People who haven't seen me eat like barbecue, I have knuckle hair, so it gets in my knuckle hair here. Anyway, any other final wishes you guys want to throw in there?
No, I'm excited to see what you're gonna choose.
World peace.
Oh yeah,
World peace is a really it's just a real piece of shit. And then the other one is I would say something love related. Because if you find your soulmate, you're like supposedly happy with that person, but do you guys first of all believe in soulmates, or do you believe in the concept of multiple people that you are compatible with?
Multiple people that you're compatible with.
Yeah, I don't believe in soulmates.
Yeah, okay. So the soulmate one is
I believe you choose your soulmate. And I believe that like that's I don't think they're soulmates. I think this is the person you choose, that you say this is the person for me, and then you fucking work at it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm more prescribed to
because
that
the soulmate thing is that it's an abdication of responsibility.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, yeah.
No, this is my soulmate. This is the person I'm meant to be with. This is my destiny. Right. Where it's like, well, then no matter what you do, you're with this person because it's my destiny. No, your destiny is the person that you decide. So like your soulmate is the person that you designate. Be like, no, this is the fucking person for me. And no matter what happens, we're going to work through our shit.
Yeah. So if you've wished for a soulmate, then essentially what you're doing is you're wishing yourself out of experiences. I want to have as many experiences as possible. I think mostly good ones, but I would probably experiment with some bad ones too.
Apparently just want to be immortal so you could go full gay. I'd say
bisexual.
By the way, and if you're immortal, then you're just stuck with the soulmate thing's out the window.
You just have multiple soulmates.
Here's the thing, guys. I would be like, have you guys seen Hellraiser? Are you guys?
Fuck no, I haven't seen Hellraiser.
Okay.
That's the thing with nails, right?
Hellraiser. Yeah, the Pinhead.
Yeah, Pinhead.
Yeah, Pinhead's in Hellraiser. Okay, so first of all, Hellraiser, I hadn't seen until very recently, and it is super fucked up. Like, it is by far...
Yeah, this is why I haven't seen it.
There's some horror movies, like, it's so fucked up. It's, like, way more fucked up than almost any horror movie I've ever seen.
Almost more than An Affair to Remember?
Almost as bad as The Affair.
Wow. Fuck, that's fucked up, bro.
The original Hellraiser, though, Ron, it's so fucked. So I always skip the first 20 minutes. I don't know why. It just seems boring. So I get to the good stuff. And there's a guy who basically comes back to life because he was doing some ritual or something in this attic. And he comes back to life because he needs blood spilled in the attic floor, so he kind of rebuilds his body. But as he rebuilds his body, he first starts out as an exoskeleton with just like nervous system, and he's constantly in pain. He's like screaming the whole time. Then he finally gets muscles, and he gets he's got to they've got to keep killing people, so he gets skin. And then while he's still in his muscly state, he's like falling in love with his like wife, or his this girl he was having an affair with, and they have like this weird sex scene as his like exoskeleton muscle.
Fuck, really?
Oh, it's super fucked.
I appreciate you because now I don't have to watch this movie.
Yeah. So anyway, the Hellraisers, right? These guys, the Pinhead dudes, I forget what their names are, but they are explorers of the Netherrealm, and they are explorers of experiences, and they're just trying to have as many experiences as possible. So at some point, I think if I had infinite wishes and immortality, I would wish for a new form of cognition, a new form of experience. Like Stan, I think Stan Moore said he would wish for a new color.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like a total weirdo. I'd have pins and shit in my face.
No, I think that's a good point, because let's say if you never traveled before and you go to one new country, Like that's fucking cool, man. You've never been anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You go to 2 new countries? Holy shit.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
10 new countries, great.
Yeah.
50 new countries.
Yeah.
100 new countries. At some point, after like 70 or 80, you're just like, yeah, I fucking get it. Shit's different.
Can I
They're
see?
all the same. The water's bad here.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, you have a church or temple. I get it. Or mosque. Like, you start to kind of realize like this isn't as exciting as it used to be. So I'm agreeing with you. Stop the fucking Maddox face. Fucking the goddamn
God.
Maddox, the fucking Maddox smirk, where it's like, I'm actually agreeing with you, but your initial fucking perspective is like, yeah, what about this? Like,
Yeah.
fuck off. I'm trying to be on your side. And you give me the fucking smirk.
I was about to say, welcome to the Maddox Show with Simple Bradley and Simple Ron.
Oh my God.
Because I was going to say, like, once you've done exploring countries, you say, hey, Genie, take me to an alien civilization. Boom, fucking centuries more. You're going to explore that shit? Are you fucking kidding me? I
Hey,
would love
also,
that.
just to throw it out, that's my other argument for world peace, because world peace means world peace. And then the first time you get an alien, some Wesley Snipes alien shows up that's been frozen for a long time, and all of a sudden comes out and says, I'm going to shoot everybody. And nobody knows how to defend themselves. And they just lost the world. See?
What?
That's the way we're only going to get world peace is when we have like an alien to defend our.
That is
I think
that
so.
is
I think
true.
you're right.
That is
Honestly.
true.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ron.
But we
What
can't
if-
achieve it beforehand.
What if you had a genie, a real, like, whimsical, like a madcap genie where he's just,
Ooh,
like, constantly...
Can it be Cuba Gooding Jr.?
It can't be Cuba Gooding Jr.
Okay.
He comes out, he constantly mishears you and, like, makes pun wishes, like, here's your world peas.
You know, like they went with Will Smith, but somebody was like, "What about Cuba Gooding Jr.?" Like he was on the short list. For
What's
the,
he been
for
in?
the genie? In
Why
Aladdin.
why him over Will
fucking
Smith?
Snow Dogs?
I haven't seen Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs was.
All I can figure is like, show me the, like,
Yeah, he was in
show
Jerry
me the
Maguire.
wishes. That's the only thing I can ever
Show me the wishes.
do. Yeah.
We got a comment from Edlin Martinez. She says, I wish I had the motivation to sign up for college, but then I remember that Maddox is my genie, so no degree for me. Yay, that's right. Edlin Martinez, smart.
Hey, real quick, I want to throw out also $1 million.
$1 million is a shitty, corny, like, first of all,
I
inflation.
disagree.
No, because-
$1 million is fucking tight.
Nope, you had to come up with either a larger amount or unlimited funds. But also, where's the money coming from?
Hold on.
Because at some point, the money's got to come from somewhere.
Is the $1 million? Are we talking pre-tax?
Yeah. But that's part of it, too.
Do I have to report this on my income?
But that's part of it, too. Like, you have $1 million, and all of a sudden, you've used 2 wishes, then you wish for $1 million, and then all of a sudden, like, the tax people show up, and then you're like, oh, shit, I can't wish for a tax help or whatever.
I think $1 million, you invest that in broad-based, low-cost index funds. All right, that $1 million is going to kick off at least $40,000 each year with a 7% return. Okay, now $40,000 is enough for most people to live off of.
Oh, yeah,
live
I
a
agree with
frugal life. I mean, that $1 million can set you up for life. Listen, we've all listened to the Babcock tips. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I agree. Put it in the bank and live off the interest. Yeah.
All right, guys, so final choices. Bradley, yours was...
1 million wishes. Or unlimited wishes.
Unlimited wishes, wrong answer. And then Ron?
Immortality.
And mine is world peace. And then we had another one.
Yeah, world peace. Oh man, could you imagine living in a world that was peaceful? Ugh,
World peas.
peace. Just everybody gets
Just-
peas.
A bunch of peas.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's getting...
That actually sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, at least I would do, if I was going to do a world thing, I would say end world starvation. That's at least like something. So everyone has food. We have basic necessities
Everybody
covered.
has peace.
Everyone has peace.
Oh man,
No, peace is like, you know what's peaceful is
I want peace on earth. Okay.
yeah, peaceful is, don't you like sit around in your house and you look around and the silence finally gets to you and you're like, fucking, I'm gonna snap. I need to do something.
man, you need more roommates,
Yeah.
dude. That would be funny if somebody did make a wish for world
What,
peace.
but
then the
what,
genie
and if there
overheard.
was world peace, would that mean like shows that aggressively had like violence in them would all be gone too, or
Yes,
would we still
all
have
those are
shows?
gone. Yeah, no more gun shows, no news, nothing ever happens, no arguments, no debates. Hey, what'd you do today? Oh, I went to work. Anything happen? No. How about the ride over? Anything happen? No. No one honked at you? Nope. Nothing. Did you find parking? Yeah, no problem. Parking was just right there.
I just think that
Jerk
you
off?
don't.
No, too violent.
No, I just think you don't know what it's like to live life that isn't full of rage.
That's true.
Like I feel like you are uncomfortable with being satisfied.
Yeah, that's right, Ron. I have a thirst for ambition. That's what it is. Is that what you're trying to
Fucking
say?
Good luck with that shit. Hi, I'm ambitious, aka I'm never allow myself to be happy.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Vote on madcastmedia.com. We'll have the results of this week's debate next week, or actually in 2 weeks from now. But we should move on to the Babcock tip, and then we'll do a summary of the debate from last week.
All right, Babcock tip. As Americans, we have too much sodium in our diet. It's not really an opinion. That's more of a kind of a general fact. We consume too much. It causes heart disease, causes hypertension, high blood pressure. So if you're looking to cut back on salt in your diet, here's my big Babcock tip. Instead of putting salt on your veggies, a lot of people go for the salt shaker.
Yeah.
On green beans or Brussels sprouts or what have you. Just use lemon juice.
Ooh, I like this tip a lot.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It cuts down on your sodium, makes the veggies more flavorful. So substitute lemon juice or lemon zest instead of salt. You could do it in your recipes. I like to just do it on any vegetable. Any vegetable I cook, I just put a little lemon juice on rather than salt. And it's good for you. Cuts down your sodium and, makes the stuff taste good.
Great tip, Ron. And that's like a Persian thing. Persians love lemon. And I guess like Mediterranean food.
I disavow my Babcock tip.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, lemon is really good on stuff.
It is. Lemon zest is when you start. That's how you know you're in a house that knows how to cook. Is when you look at their lemons and their fucking lemons are just like we're like, what the hell happened to your lemons? Is because they've grated all the zest.
Oh yeah,
off
okay.
of it.
Lemon zest is more.
Yeah, it's when you
salt, but it's lemon.
It's just lemon and it gives it a nice little zing. And lemon's super good for you, but it's that acidity kind of hits it. And
I got you.
It's a lot better than a lot of people will salt their. You know what pisses me off is when I cook for someone and they salt their food before they taste it.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
Oh,
yeah. It pisses me the fuck off.
It's like, am I just like, well, who the fuck are you? I get so pissed.
What are you, the fucking chef? You bet you know more than this
your
guy?
taste bud's so fucking destroyed right now. Like just taste. I get so pissed off.
And I don't put salt and pepper on the table.
I
don't. Brad, I actually don't.
Yeah. Then they can't find it. They have to try it first and then ask for it.
Salt and pepper is for diners and hospital food. That shit pisses me off. And also, if you order a basket of fries that you're sharing with friends and some fucking blowhard at the head of the table, like the fucking ambassador of the table, apparently, just grabs the salt shaker and makes an executive decision. Hey, guess what? Everyone's getting more salt. And I watch the salt and it's usually like bouncing off the fucking
French goes
fries.
off the fry onto the In-N-Out table.
Yeah, onto the table, or the bottom, like the bottom few fries catch all of it, and then by the time you get to the bottom fries, they're salting and salting and salting, and the bottom few fries are just fucking crystallized in salt. You're shoving that thing in your mouth, and I got like cotton mouth, my mouth is bleeding. I fucking hate that shit.
Can I tell you the thing that I really want to do is one day I want to get so high, I want to get one of those big tins of plastic buckets of cheese balls from Costco.
Oh, those are so good.
You know the ones.
Yeah.
And then here's my high thought, and I've honestly wanted to do this. I want to get a gallon of vitamin D milk. I want to pour it into the plastic bucket, and then I want to eat that shit like cereal.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
like
good.
It sounds disgusting, but if you're super duper high, doesn't that kind of sound like the best thing ever?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've had cheese ball cereal, and it was incredible. It was, but I use skim milk. I'm just saying.
Wait, so you put cheese balls?
I want to say
milk?
that I have taken cheese balls, put them in a bowl, and poured milk in them, and ate it like cereal.
I think about this once every 3 weeks.
Do it. It'll
like every time I see one of those like big old buckets, I'm like, what if I
understand that I take
eat
cheese
it with a
balls
fucking soup ladle
and Cheetos.
God.
I take cheese balls and Cheetos and crush them into everything. Like I'll get pasta salad, and then I'll get like a bag of flaming hot Cheetos and crush them up and then mix them into the pasta salad and eat them like
that. Actually sounds fucking good.
Stan Morris in the chat room says he loves that. He loves that you do that. That's a whole thing, Bradley. Did you know that like on YouTube, people make all sorts of like hot Cheetos recipes and stuff like that? They go through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they like is a huge thing.
Another thing is go get chocolate donuts and then crush flaming hot Cheetos on top, and they're fantastic.
Oh my God.
Drake in the chat room says cheese balls and milk. Says Jesus, my times being high involve being super focused on whatever metal I'm listening to. How do I reach this level of high?
Edibles.
Yeah.
I was gonna say indica. I switched over to sativa. Now I'm just like, I don't eat anything. It really, it changes.
Well, speaking of food, I got the results from last week's debate, which is what's the most garbage breakfast food? And we got 4 choices here, and we got Drake in the chat room, so we got Drake's choice in here too. But coming in dead last was waffles. You fucking idiot! And I got a shit ton of voicemails defending waffles. I'm gonna play all those.
Yeah, because that's like what normal people fucking like. Man.
Waffles are for assholes.
Fresh waffles or toaster waffles?
Fresh
What's
waffles.
the difference?
What is the difference?
Fuck off. Just keep reading.
What
You don't know
is
anything.
the difference?
You literally know nothing.
What is the difference?
What's the difference?
And are we talking syrup waffles or like whipped cream waffles? That like
Syrup
that-
waffles.
Syrup waffles.
I like whipped cream waffles.
Okay, so
Of
are
course you do.
these toaster waffles,
Like a fucking
or
Sunday
are
for
they
breakfast.
or are these like Holiday Inn waffle machine waffles?
It doesn't
Holiday
matter.
Inn waffle
Aren't they all
machine
the same
waffles.
thing? Aren't they just like here's the I'll tell you the problem with
Yeah,
I'll tell you the problem with waffles is if first of all it's impossible to spread butter on in any consistent
my
manner.
God, what is it with you? The
One-
fucking butter melts. Oh my God.
One bite will have 90%, like 10% of the bites will have 90% of the butter, and that's my problem.
Here's
with
a
waffles.
here's a little.
You just know how to butter stuff.
Here's an extra Babcock tip for waffles or pancakes is if you got some maple syrup, instead of just pouring maple syrup on your stuff, get some, if you have any fruit like berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, whatever, crush that shit up, put it in a little saute pan, and then add a bunch of maple syrup to that and just saute that like till it's bubbly. Till it kind of just like nice and hot.
Okay.
You're gonna make a little fruit compote or
Okay.
compote, a fruit compote. I think
Compote,
it's called.
yeah.
And then put that on. It's
Ooh.
fucking delicious. Because I hate when I go to a diner and they give me like syrup and then just sliced banana on top. Like I want my shit to meld. I want it to get all
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
So do that all together.
does sound good.
Okay.
It takes your man. I guarantee you, the person you're making it for is gonna be so impressed.
Edlin Martinez says, if waffles are for assholes, then what's pancakes for winners? Drake says, pancakes are for people who like their food too soggy. That's wrong. Taylor says, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we are physically, sexually attracted to Ron Babcock.
God, every time there's a moment every time I'm on this podcast where I am uncomfortable, and it just
now
happens.
Taylor did it.
Yeah.
Taylor, get over here. Let's get some KBBQ. I think I changed my mind. Anyway, guys, coming in third was cottage cheese. Okay, you know what? That's fine. It's not the most garbage breakfast food.
But it's pretty garbage.
I guess.
Is it
I
just
guess
plain
the votes
cottage
are
I'm fine with that.
indisputable. Then followed by breakfast burritos. Okay, but the number
What?
one,
That's,
breakfast
I
burritos.
know. We got it. Fucking Kirk. He just is like
Who the hell was in this
Fucking-
debate?
Kirk
fucking
Wilcox.
Kirk just talks and he just immediately does. He's like, I don't like breakfast burritos, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong? It's like one of those times where somebody says something where you're like, you just everything you say invalidates everything
Oh my
else you say
God,
for the rest of your life.
Every time Kirk, like I can't tell if he's about to laugh or roast me. Like I can't, like he like stares at you for a minute, and I'm like, is he pissed or is he about to laugh? I can't tell. And he says that usually when he's defending his argument.
It was the thing.
Oh, and can I recommend for breakfast burritos just real quick?
Please.
When I fry up the shell, I get the jar of Tostito cheese. You know, the cheese that you use to dip
Yeah,
with it?
yeah.
And I spread that on there, and then I put the eggs and the potatoes and everything else and roll that up.
Oh, that does sound
sounds
good.
And it's
Almost
yeah.
like a queso.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like,
There,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's maybe very popular at tailgaters.
So
that sounds like a really nice.
Kirk's
burrito.
choice of breakfast burrito was number 2, and then number 1, most garbage breakfast food, breakfast pizza. Wow, Drake, and it was barely just by one vote.
Wow.
One vote more.
How do you guys?
Breakfast pizza. Have you ever heard of this thing?
Yeah, I love breakfast pizza.
What?
But are we like? Is it?
Most garbage breakfast food.
No,
See, I don't disagree.
I
don't-
disagree.
If you gave me a choice, literally, like imagine there's a choice between breakfast pizza, a breakfast burrito, and fucking cottage cheese. You mean to tell me that 100% of people are gonna be like, "Oh, fuck yeah, cottage
Apparently,
cheese."
100% of people were like waffles.
Like yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean,
but cottage cheese is not a food in and of itself.
exactly. Stop sentence.
It's a side. It's a side. You wouldn't order like, hey, can I get some garnish?
Also, cottage cheese is really good in breakfast burritos too.
I've never had in breakfast burritos. That
Yeah.
does sound like it might give me diarrhea, though. But I do have some voicemail. I speaking of breakfast pizza, here's one about breakfast pizza, and he actually has been to the place that Drake was talking about. Listen to this.
All right, hello. So I am from Central Illinois, pretty rural, lots of Casey's. As the guest was talking about it, that gas station, and I can attest that breakfast pizza is fucking disgusting. It's literally just so fucking greasy, just a hodgepodge of just grease and diabetes. It's just terrible. Honestly, I'd rather see what's out in the dumpster behind the Casey's before taking my teeth into any more breakfast pizza. All right, keep up the good work.
Yeah, there it is. So
Casey's makes best donuts.
shitting on some.
I mean, I can't wait till I go on the road next. I will try breakfast
Yeah,
pizza.
I kind of want to try it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Make sure you get the one that has sausage gravy as the sauce.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the way you want to go with the sausage gravy sauce,
guys.
not the tomatoes.
We got it.
Yeah, the Midwest is basically full of food that's just like, hey, do you want to start shitting immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah, biscuits and
Or
gravy.
just shitting wrong for a while. I just went to Ren Faire. Oh fuck! I didn't talk about Ren Faire. I went to Ren Faire, Ron.
Oh, I saw your post. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw you went to Ren Faire, man.
Oh man.
It's always a fun day when you go to Ren Faire.
Yeah, I had a good time. I thought it's just gonna be full of assholes. Turns out I was the only asshole. But you know, because like people who speak old English to me and won't stop, like annoy the shit out of me. I'm like, can you just?
I have a really good friend who works at the Ren Faire, and I went last year and I asked him a bunch of questions about it. And he's like, oh, no. There's two different types of people who work at the Ren Faire. There's the people who volunteer, who dress up and speak in Old English and live there and basically like just wish Game of Thrones was real, you know? And those are the people like you probably can't stand.
Yeah.
Then there are the people who are doing it for money. They're the people who work there, like they work a stand. They're the beer wenches. They do the shows. And those two groups fucking hate each other. According to this guy who I talked to, he's like, we live together, but like they don't like them. Like the people who talk in Old English or whatever don't like them because they think they're just there for the money. And the other people are like, you guys are way too fucking serious. We're just here to like make money and like have weird
It's
sex.
also weird because it's the have to be theirs and the want to be theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he told me, and this is a direct quote. He's like, he's getting up there and he's been doing it for like 10, 15 years. And he's like, I finally found a place where I never have to grow up. He's like, it's like Neverland. Yeah. And you know what? He's fucking killing it at the Ren Faire.
Yeah.
He has like a live show that's very popular. And I talked to him about it for like at least an hour. It is a weird subculture.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's like cosplay, but for one specific era.
Yeah, and it's...
Do they harass you like, what is that thing in your hand that you're pointing at us? That square phone-ish looking thing.
Yeah,
they
they're
can say
always
that.
like, so there's a few of those.
I
Like,
hate
excuse
that
me,
stuff.
my lord. What are you tying your shoelaces? What are those?
Did you throw some axes? Did you use some crossbow?
I did throw some fucking axes, and then weren't
Feels
sharp.
good, right?
Yeah, but they weren't sharp enough, and it wasn't an axe. It was like a weird knife that cut your hand as you threw it.
Maddox is like the guy at the fuck. This axe isn't sharp enough.
Yeah, it wasn't sharp enough, and the fucking thing was so dense. The board, it was like, what's it fucking made out of? Granite? My fucking knives are bouncing off this fucking thing. It's garbage.
Did you see the YouTube video where the girl throws the axe and it bounces back? And almost like,
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That you can't have a rubber.
I like
mat.
carnival games that are still dangerous.
Yeah. You need some. All right. We got another voicemail. This one's about Chick-fil-A that we talked about in the fast food episode a couple weeks ago. Here it is.
Hi, Maddox. So I just listened to your fast food thing from a month ago. And, you know, when you got to Chick-fil-A, I got to say, my heart got a little aflutter. Because I'm like, he's going to talk shit about Chick-fil-A. I know he is. And if you didn't like the marinade in the chicken, or you didn't like the batter, or, you know, anything about the chicken at a chicken place you didn't like, cool. That's your opinion. But you complained about the fucking pickles, dude. Like, ask for more fucking pickles. Like, are you serious right now? I love you, but you're the dumbest fucking person I've ever heard in my life. And then 5 seconds later, you're a brilliant genius. So I don't know what to make of you, man. But I love you. Love you too, Ron.
All right. You know what, ass?
There's one of your immortal soulmates right there.
You complained about the pickles, dude.
Someone sent me a picture too, like, fuck you, Maddox. And he showed me a Chick-fil-A sandwich with like 3 giant pickles on them. Like, wow. You probably added those in post.
That was the best voicemail we ever got.
I don't
You complained about the pickles, dude.
We got a caller from Australia. We got all sorts of international callers this week. We got from Greece coming up, and then Australia. Listen to this.
Hey, I'm just calling from Australia to chime in. I've been listening to your podcast for a while now and thought I'd finally call in. This is in regard to the breakfast debate I was just listening to. Ron Schlobcock, you're a fucking idiot. There is nothing wrong with cottage cheese. It's one of the best breakfast foods. It goes well with so many different foods. You're a fucking idiot. Maddox, you rule.
Hey.
Nazi.
Yeah, fucking Nazi to you too.
Fucking babies.
You know what? It's not good. It's not good. It's just, it's fine. That's the thing I'm saying about cottage cheese.
See, I love that you keep walking back. Like you started off as being like, yeah, I want some cottage cheese. And every time we hit you about it, you walk back a little bit more. We were like, it's not, I didn't say it was the best thing ever.
It's a running slop. But
it's a side.
It's fine. I just had some cottage cheese, actually twice today. I got some cottage cheese with pre-mixed pineapple in it. It's delicious, Ron. What don't you like about pineapple?
That's
pineapple?
good.
How busy are you where you can't mix in a little pineapple?
What am I gonna open up 2 containers and then I have all this pineapple that's gonna rot in my fridge until I
just
find
enough pineapple. It's just enough. It makes sense.
It's a bite of pineapple, Ron. I mean, us cottage heads know. Okay, we got another one from Apostolos Constantino. He's a longtime listener, longtime fan. He's calling all the way from Greece. Listen to this.
Hello, Maddox. It's me, Apostolos from Greece.
And he's talking about, we had a Greek caller a couple episodes ago talking about how you have to bribe doctors in Greece.
Yes.
So he's addressing that. Listen to this.
Calling to make a correction on the voicemail of my fellow Greek about bribes. You don't bribe so that the doctor won't accidentally kill you. You bribe so you can skip the line and have a doctor see you. In Greece, you have to wait for months to get an appointment with a doctor. And by that time, you have either naturally cured or died. Giving the envelope is the only way to get what you should get for free. Anyway, I love your show. Fuck whales.
Yeah, fuck whales to you too.
Okay, so he's saying that you bribe to get to the front of the line.
Yeah, just to cut the line. Yeah.
Or you make a wish that you're always at the front of the line.
Bradley,
Hospital Greece.
That's such a dumb shit. Why wouldn't you just wish for your own private doctor?
Excuse me, look at me at Greece getting in the prison line.
Bradley, why wouldn't you wish for teleportation? That's better than being in the front of a...
Or you just wish to have a healthy life. But I like the line thing.
Yes,
I like the line thing.
I just wish to be in the front of the line, and here I am at the front of the line. And now I'm at Greece, and I'm just like, because I'll be like first in line to get on the plane to go to Greece, first in line.
You could wish to the front of the line to get chicken wings.
Yeah.
So I think what we're really realizing is that wishing to get to the front of the line is probably the best practical wish.
Not a good wish.
It's a great wish.
Hey, next time Supreme has a sale, just remember. Boom, I'm there. Yeah,
I'll pay you $20 if you get me this.
Right. Yeah, because then I start charging people. I'm like, oh, you want to do Thanksgiving?
You get to the front of
Best
the
Buy?
Apple.
I got it.
You get to the front of the Apple iPhone line again and again and again. Sell it to the person in the back. Just do a markup of $20, dude. You could pay your rent in an afternoon.
I got a wish for you guys. How about a wish where you always have a coupon for whatever you're about to buy? That's like your Bradley.
That's not a bad one. That's a pretty good one.
That's
a pretty good one.
You get fucking with me at this point.
I mean, Max,
look at all Maddox cottage cheese coupons he's got in his pocket.
Did you realize we both just paused and we're like, that's pretty good.
That's right there.
Yeah, welcome to the Maddox Show with Simple Brad and Simple Ron.
Hey, I'm sorry, but like, say there's chocolate chip cookies are getting made, and I want the hot ones on the front.
Yeah, you know what another word for simple is? Happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be this like cool bisexual vampire who's like, right.
Immortal bisexual vampire,
moody bisexual vampire who's never happy.
Pins in his face like Hellraiser.
And like 8 different colors because you're like, switch me up a little bit.
Yeah. Yelling at fucking service workers. You'll understand when you're dead, and I'm not.
Oh man,
just enough pineapple in this cottage cheese.
Hey, speaking of Greece, we got another voicemail about me, I guess.
When are we gonna get the Maddox travel log podcast? I've been to Dubai. I've been to Greece. Yeah, we know your life is so much more interesting than ours. Shut up already.
Yeah, it is more interesting. You know what, douchebag?
Douchebag of the week.
Tired of this shit. And we got a defense of waffles. Yeah, listen to this bullshit.
All right, Maddox, you had me at cottage cheese being good, and I was with you with cereal being shitty, but you completely lost me at waffles being bad. Seriously? You don't need syrup and butter in every single square. I'll tell you why waffles are better. They don't get soggy as fast as pancakes. I like things that have a crisp to them. I'm a really big fan of caramelization. Waffles have the ability to be light and fluffy while also having a nice, crisp outer layer. And there's more crisp per square inch than there is on pancakes. But on that note, the waffles you get at a breakfast at a hotel are really shitty unless you're at an upscale hotel. So I'll agree with you on that one. But 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna choose waffles over pancakes. Anyway, fucking Nazi, you guys.
Yeah, fucking Nazi to you too, but no. Everything you said is wrong. First of all, waffles aren't caramelized. That's not a thing.
Okay, but I just had a Bradman tip.
What's your Bradman? Yeah, what's your Bradman tip?
You put down the plate. You put the syrup down first.
Yeah.
And then you put the waffle on top of it. And now you've got syrup on every part of the waffle.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too, Bradley.
Yeah.
I got a voicemail. I think they mentioned that where that's actually a tip, Ron. I thought that you would really appreciate that because
I do like that tip a lot.
Yeah, because that's one way you can actually get some distribution on the waffle, but nobody does it. And by the way, if you have to, I have this rule where if you have to hack, do a life hack to the food to make it edible, it's not a good food to begin with. But at least
kind of why I hate fajitas.
You mean like cottage cheese?
Make them.
Yeah, I'm not paying you to make my food.
Yeah, but isn't cottage cheese just a food hack food? Like
no.
You have to constantly.
You just
hack
dip your fork in it, and then you put the fork in your mouth with it.
Yeah, and you got to
put
pineapple.
Yeah, you have to add something to it.
You can.
Wheels on it.
Yeah. It's an accessory. It's like a burger. Oh, you have to put ketchup. You don't have to put ketchup on it, but it's better.
Yeah.
Are we debating the ketchup thing?
No, I don't. I always eat my burgers.
You know what I love is I love getting ice cream cones like that are made out of pancake cones. Oh wait, that's not a thing. Waffle cones are a thing.
Yeah,
because waffles are good in a variety of formats.
Yeah, but the waffle texture on an ice cream cone is the right amount of thickness because it's not gonna pool up giant fucking soggy fucking pools. Let me get through more of these. We got a couple more waffles.
Yeah. When you're losing the argument, go to your voicemail.
Shit. they're on your side.
Go
Don't
to your
worry.
precious voicemail.
Yeah, listen to this guy.
All right, I hear you guys complaining about pancakes versus waffles and the syrup situation. Well, here's a solution. Just put the syrup on the side. It's not hard. Literally just common sense.
And dip it.
All right.
Oh,
Fuck you guys.
That's good too.
To be honest,
yeah,
he has a pretty fucking good point. You just take each part and you dip it in.
No, because it reminds me of ranch and makes me want to barf.
There's no fucking winning with you.
Yeah. Guess who the douchebag of the week is? Not me.
Really? I mean,
it's the caller.
Do you not like ranch ever? I actually don't like ranch.
Ranch is fine. Ranch is fine. I had ranch.
Ranch
I had
is
ranch
horrible.
recently with pizza. I was with a friend and she was like, "Hey, try putting some." She's like, "You got to try this. You got to put hot sauce in the ranch, and then you dip right in the middle of the pool." Yeah. It was good though. It was good.
I worked at Pizzeria Uno for a year and a half when I was a waiter in Tempe, Arizona. And there's so many Chase One employees who would come in for the $7.99 lunch special, be like, "Can I get extra ranch?" And then wouldn't tip me. And I have brought so much extra fucking ranch to people that I was like, just eat the fucking pizza, man. Like it's just enjoy the pizza. It's like the pizza was the delivery vehicle for the ranch.
Yes, that's what
and
it is.
It grossed me out so much that to this day, like I just can't do ranch.
I had this guy in Utah, this friend in high school, Ryan, and he would just go to my friend's house and he saw that in his fridge he's got like a bottle of ranch and a loaf of bread. He goes, "Hey, can I have some bread and ranch?" And he goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, can I have some?" He goes, "Okay." And the fucker, he put down the entire fucking loaf of bread with a bottle of ranch. I'm like, you just ate a loaf of, how do you shit?
So fucking gross.
Wow.
Yeah, man. You got a big old loaf of, ugh. We got some super chats. We got from David Drennan says, "Hey, Maddox, what's your next big project?" Well, we'll see. And then Super Arrogant Bros, Drake says, "I'm celebrating my win with Waffle Crisp cereal." Is that a thing? Waffle Crisp?
Yeah.
Sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the new cereals that they have that Hostess has put out? Like Hostess Cinnabon cereal and Hostess Donuts, and it's like you can get all the Hostess treats, but like in cereal form. Have you seen any of
No,
those?
is that a real thing?
Yeah, and also I saw.
Have you seen the new cheese puff cereal?
No, that'd be great.
Dude.
I did see a banana meringue pie Wheaties. Oh no, Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I was like, ugh.
Oh, we did have a correction. So the Kellogg guy made cornflakes to be bland and boring, like world peace, so that people would stop masturbating.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I remember
it's that movie.
Yeah. I thought it was to make it interesting so you'd stop masturbating, but it's the opposite. It's to make you more bland.
Yep.
Make you less interested in masturbating.
That's a good movie.
Wow.
Because he assumes like bland people. I haven't seen that movie, the Road to Wellville.
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Wait, what's the movie? The Road to? It's
Road
about
to
that
Wellville. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love all the. My favorite thing is going through history and seeing the evil. Like a lot of times we make foods evil. Like right now it's gluten. Like that's the bad thing.
Right.
But every generation we have a different thing that we think is evil. And like people used to think protein was what caused all our problems. And I fucking love that, viewing like history through the lens of like what foods are causing all our problems.
Yeah, that's
Remember tomatoes were poisonous?
Yeah.
People thought tomatoes were poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also had coffee is always bad every generation. Eggs, cholesterol, butter was the big sin for a long time.
Yeah, it was fat. Now it's sugar.
Now it's carbs. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like carbs. I mean, it's so funny. Like we always like switch to the new thing. I just think it's really interesting.
We got a couple more. I agree with this guy's comment.
Fucking Mark Dull, look at this.
Hey, we got a super chat from Mark Dull for $20. Says, thanks for letting me send you money. You're welcome, Mark Dull.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we just want to make your dream a reality.
Right. Yeah. If you want to keep that coming, and we'll keep taking it.
That's a genie wish. I wish I could give everybody money. That'd be a weird.
Yeah, except Bradley, you would be like, I wish I had just the right amount to donate every time, like just some weird.
No,
I'm loving
practical.
the front
I don't
of the
have to
line.
donate.
thing.
I'm always in the front of the line.
The next time you're in a line, you're gonna think of that wish, and you're gonna be like, God, that's a fucking good
You
wish.
know what? Because I have more practical wishes than that. I'd say I wish I had this in my house so I wouldn't even have to leave. Like I wish my front door was the entrance to the roller coaster, and then boom, I open up the.
Right, and then you got a roller coaster at your front door. That sounds horrible.
Why does that sound horrible?
Because then you have to wish for it to go away when you get tired of it.
Yeah, so that's that's one sentence. Like,
see, I like the wish because I think the thing is having a wish so that you don't want to live in like an entire fantasy land.
Yeah.
Because then nothing means anything. You want to live in real life, but then you also want to live in real life so that you always have the shortcut. And if you have the front of the line shortcut, it's just going to make you happy every single time you got to do
hang out
anything.
with me because I can get to the front of the line.
Because and they're all vying for your affection because you could take one person with you.
Wow.
I'm basically the Mike Myers guy that ran Studio 54. I'm just going out there picking people to come in with me.
Let me tell you guys, a fucking nightmare world is one in which everyone wants to gain your affection because you can do something for them. So you have a bunch of insincere friends who are using you. Boo.
Really? Because that sounds like immortality too.
No, immortality's like, I don't give a fuck.
Do you know
like,
how many immortality people are like, hey, when I die, can you make sure to
That's
tell?
you.
Like, you're just giving me the fucking message boy for all these
Yeah,
people.
and I'll say, no problem. And as soon as they're died, I'm like, I'm out of here, man.
Hey, can you make a monument for me? I mean, you got time. Can you carve a statue for me after I die?
Sorry, I'm too busy being blasted off into space in my cocoon mode, like with my arms on my chest, and then off to the other planet.
Can't wait to go to another planet so I can have weird bisexual alien sex.
You know, you got to try. Here's another voicemail about waffles. This is the last one. I like this guy's opinion.
Hey there, guys. This is another Minnesotan calling. I really do appreciate that last episode you guys did with the breakfast shit. I just lost my job, and listening to your guys' rants about all that stupid shit really brightens my day, so just know that I really appreciate you guys. But now I'm angry because fucking waffles are the exact worst shit. Because if you don't have a fucking waffle iron and you're poor and you can't buy one, you have to settle for store-bought shit. And it's like, yeah, well, you could just go to a restaurant and buy one. What do you think they're doing with their waffles? Making it on their own? No, it's off of a frozen truck, you dipshit. Jesus Christ. And I have bad teeth, and when you store all that fucking syrup into those little squares that you get with the waffles, then I can't do anything but eat it or flip the fucking waffle upside down like a Neanderthal. Also, the fucking syrup makes the waffles soggy, and they go soggy right. There it is. Oh, now it's soggy. Now it's gross. Okay, bye. Fuck whales.
Yeah, fuck whales to you too. I like that guy, that color.
All right, let me give that guy a little tip. All right, now waffle irons. I'm not gonna disagree. They are expensive.
Yeah,
waffle irons are one of those things that you can always find at a thrift store for $5.
That's true.
Honestly, it's like when you need a fucking lamp and you don't give a shit. You don't buy a fucking lamp at IKEA. You go to a thrift store because thrift stores are basically made for old lamps.
Yeah.
Old lamps, irons, and waffle irons.
And it's weird that they have so many waffle irons there. It's almost like people don't fucking want them.
People don't want to put the work in. Hey, whatever happened to the waffles Remember that Taco Bell used to have waffle tacos
Yeah.
for breakfast? What? And then like they stopped making them.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a
weird.
step
They
too
stopped
far.
making a lot of waffles. Hey, let me ask you this: can you just humor me? This? Can you just like explain to me? Because maybe I just don't understand. Why don't they make a waffle iron that's just flat, so you get the crispness, but you don't get the fucking annoying holes? I would eat the shit out of that, like a disc.
You mean
Instead
like a pancake?
like a pancake disc, but it's like crispy. The crispiness of a waffle, but it's just
Oh
the disc.
yeah, you all know those crispy pancakes.
Wait,
we
so
all
do you
eat
want one
all
No
the
one's
time?
ever. I just invented that. I'm a
Instead of
genius.
squares, you want it to be like a tree trunk with like rings in it?
Rings
sort of
would be
thing?
fine. Yeah, rings, concentric. You know what would be great?
That rings would be
Concentric rings that also had gateways to the center, so you could like pour it on the outside, and it just filled out the syrup, just perfectly even
God,
distributed.
you're not a gateway.
Oh my god! I just invented my own breakfast. I'm gonna create my maze waffles.
I would love to fucking eat your weird
Maze waffle.
maze
Yeah,
waffles.
like the trough, like the Towers of Babylon. That's what I just created right now for a breakfast food.
Hey,
Yeah.
babe, you want to come back to my place, have sex, and tomorrow morning I'll make you maze waffles?
Yeah, by the
Yeah,
way,
yeah. That
are
sounds
you
great.
selling maze waffle irons then? Because after you did it once, you'd be like, oh, I solved this maze waffle iron. Sending this to a thrift store now. 'Cause
No,
I'm done with it.
No, Brad, it's a food preparation device. It's not like I solved like a can opener. Like you stop.
Well, why you called it a maze?
No.
If I'm eating it,
Imagine-
I'm like, oh, I wanted to solve this maze.
Have you-
I did it.
Have
Now
you
I'm
seen
done.
Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, there's a scene where like the blood kind of pours down into this thing, and it falls down this trough and this little line and whatever, and it fills in all the gaps. That's what my waffle iron would do, and it would be like a little, like a almost like an irrigation system where you pour in the syrup and it just automatically distributes all through the wall. Why hasn't anyone as brilliant?
I feel like that exists.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Just because it's a brilliant idea and you don't want to give me credit? That's
No,
why,
no, I
Bradley.
feel like
That's all it is.
Oh, my thing came off.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah. You know what I like about Maddox is that he never takes things personally. You know, he just always take a note.
I feel like I've done
I
it.
feel like there's
I-
a silicone version of that already exists that you can like pour you're talking pour the batter into and then just bake it, and then when it comes out, it's done.
Ew, you know what I just thought of, Bradley, when he said silicone mold? Like, what if you made like a waffle out of like a dildo mold? Like you just poured the batter in there and just baked it.
Be tight. That'd be fucking tight.
Oh yeah, now I'm the weird.
Just for
Also-
fucking like for like bachelor parties and stuff or bachelorette parties.
Also, to be fair, waffles and funnel cakes are basically just the same thing, but funnel cakes have more chaos to them.
and the word
same
fun.
batter.
And the word fun. I like
Yeah.
funnel cakes. I do like funnel
Right.
cakes.
Dude,
but
funnel
it's
cakes are great.
funnel
You know
cakes
why?
is a
Because
waffle.
you don't get them that often. So when you do, you're like, every time I go to a carnival, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot funnel cakes.
I saw him at Ren Faire, and I was there with like friends, but like
Did you have any crazy food?
I had the turkey leg, that was delicious. I had meat pies, that was really good. I was not disappointed with most of the food. Was pretty decent, except there's like this one fucking lady. She wouldn't fucking break character, and she was like trying to do that like, oh, I'm a rude waitress type thing.
I hate sassy. I hate sassy bartenders.
Yeah, sassy. She was doing the sassy thing, and I ordered my food, and she goes, what are you doing standing there? I'm like, I'm just waiting for my food. She goes, well, stand over to the side. I'm like, well, there's no one else behind me. I don't know why you're fucking yelling at me. Like I get you're trying to do the bitch thing, but it's like, can you just chill out for a minute?
Sassy bartenders and or bartenders who've like seen it all.
Yeah,
like fucking
yeah, like they're too jaded
just
for life.
Can't stand it. Get another fucking job, man.
You know what? Maybe they're immortal, and that's why they're full. Mm-hmm.
See, mortal, not gonna be happy.
I wouldn't be like that though. I'd be really happy.
Yeah, you'd be that cool, man. Hey, do you have any more high school friends you could introduce me to?
Creepy. I will say this though. Speaking of sassy, what's that place in Chicago? Like the Wiener Circle?
The restaurant where everybody's mean to you.
Yeah, I got a story about that real quick. I went there with my friend who lives in Chicago. I think you know him. He's a comedian, Ron. He used to live out here, but we went there, and Wiener Circle's like this famous place where they kind of treat you like shit, and yell at you. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. So I guess there's a my friend takes me there and he goes, hey, order the milkshake, the chocolate milkshake, and I'm like, oh, okay, and he goes, $20, I'll pay for it. I'm like, whoa, this has got to be some milkshake. So I would go up there and I ordered the chocolate milkshake. And I'm waiting for my food, and then the lady turns out, she goes, this asshole ordered a chocolate milkshake. I'm like, haha, they're doing their shtick. And they start like flashing the lights, and the girl starts dancing, and she lifts her shirt and just like starts playing with her boobs in front of me. I'm like, whoa.
The best chocolate milkshake I've ever had.
Well, Ron, I wish. Because I was like, I turned to my friend. I'm like, wow, can you believe this? Look at this girl. She's playing with her boobs and everything. This place is crazy. And so after the whole thing, she hands me my wiener, and I'm like sitting there at the counter. And she goes, "What are you waiting for?" I'm like, "I'm waiting for the chocolate milkshake." And then my friend overheard me say that. He goes, "Oh my God, just come sit down." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "That was the chocolate milkshake." I'm like, "Oh, I get," because she was like black girl. She was like playing with her. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot." And they, like everyone was like laughing.
I mean,
I love it that after she shook her breast, you said, and then she handed me my wiener. like it had like fell to the ground.
Yeah.
Like you're
That's
like
every sex story. She plays with her boobs and hands me my wiener.
Right.
Like, I'm good.
I also like that
with
you're
her boobs. She hands me
you're
my
like,
wiener.
This
I'm
is
like,
cool, but I'm also disappointed I'm not getting a chocolate milkshake.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Also, cool
'Cause that's-
prank by your friend. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you $20 so you could watch some boobs.
Yeah.
Be like,
it was cool.
Good prank, man. Yeah.
We got one last voicemail, and then we got to wrap up the show. Ron, this one's about your Babcock tip last week. Listen to this.
Dude, killing fruit flies is the best. I hate getting them, but one time I picked a whole bunch of pears from my neighbor's tree. I put them in my basement and actually forgot about them. And then after a while, I was just like, wow, there's a whole bunch of fruit flies in my house. What's going on? And then I just happened to go down in the basement, and they were fucking everywhere. And I did that first thing that Ron did. It's 1 part water, 1 part vinegar or whatever. I think I used apple cider vinegar, then like 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then a drop of dish soap. And holy shit, I killed so many fruit flies. It was awesome. I was like a maniac. But Ron's idea sounds pretty fun too. But we don't get fruit flies up here unless I'm a fucking idiot and forget about pears that are rotting in my basement. Fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
The idea of basement pears.
Yeah, basement pears. Why would you take them? Why would you take fruit in your basement?
I mean, I guess he didn't have any room in his kitchen. Brad, my tip last week or last podcast was to, if you want to kill fruit flies, you can do the apple cider vinegar trip, but you also just get the vacuum, and then you can just feel like a god for sucking up all
apple
the flies.
cider vinegar.
No, fuck the apple cider vinegar. Just turn on the vacuum and suck those things down the hose.
Oh, that's how I am with the ladybug things, the one things. I just go around with one of those like long lighters and just go zap, 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 and just like fry them up because I just.
Well, you guys have a lot of time. I you know, though, I will say.
Well, hey, get used to it. When you're immortal, you're gonna be like zap, zap.
Well,
zap.
yeah, if I'm
Like,
immortal,
what's
I have
that
the
Brad
time
used
spare.
to do that zap, zap.
Pie Sniper asks, does this fruit fly trick work on roaches? I don't know, man, but I would try it.
Probably,
I'm guessing,
but you don't want to. You don't want them.
I would say
down
if you fucking vacuum up roaches, I would definitely like empty it out.
Yeah, because they're gonna
survive.
And empty, maybe like vacuum up the braid.
Because then you've given them a home.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
But then what if you also vacuum up? Yeah, a fuck ton of raid to spray that in
Right,
there.
yeah. But then you have like a fucking toxic vacuum because it's gonna blow out some of that air back.
Dude, I don't
so-
care if I got a toxin vacuum. I want any germ going into a vacuum to die.
No, but if you spray Raid in there, like some of the air exhaust comes out, and you're just breathing in Raid fumes all day.
When you spray Raid in your
breathing in
house,
Raid,
you're
yeah.
breathing in Raid fumes.
It's localized, I think. Ron, every time you give one of these tips, I would say about like 30-40% of the time I kind of give you shit for them, and I always immediately try them. Like right after that, I'm like, I can't believe Ron, like you got in my head, and I was like vacuuming up fucking fruit flies the other day. I'm like, yeah, this is really
Feels kind of fun,
It
right?
really
it's
is,
like
yeah.
a little gamification in your life.
It was a lot of fun. Anyway, Bradley, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Bradman TV. You can find me Monday through Thursday on bradman.online, which is radio.
Your radio show.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Amazing.
Pacific time.
With Rebecca Black,
awesome.
Yeah, she's going to be on this Thursday.
Yeah, super fun. And I did the show not too long ago. It's not the same show, right? The country show you were doing.
Yeah, we switched it up a little bit. We can talk a little bit more open up because it's on internet radio and we can swear and do all other stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good times.
A lot of fun. And Ron, where can people find you?
You follow me on Instagram at HeyRon, at Ron Babcock on Twitter, website heyron.com, and you can listen to my album This Guy on Spotify for free right now.
Very good. And you can find me at Maddox Rules. And don't forget to vote on madcastmedia.com. But until next time, thank you to my Rear Admiral of Tangents, Ron Babcock.
Hey, thank you, Maddox.
Thank you to Bradley Laborman, moderator in training.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But most of all, you're welcome.
Credenza. Honestly, how the fuck does anyone hate waffles? What are you, fucking stupid or some shit? I mean, waffles are the best. to eat from a plate that is on your corniest.
Hey there. Don't forget to subscribe to Madcast shows on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Okay, bye. Madcast Media Network.